Everybody's been asking me to react to this, so we're going to go ahead and react to the Mastiff mauling of the owner or the caretaker, and we're going to give an objective breakdown on this. But before all that happens, like, comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Do me a favor and hit that bell. But let's go ahead and let's watch this report, and then we're going to do an objective breakdown, my empathy to this person that this happened to.
There's a warning for everyone, even if a dog seems gentle and...
Quick trigger warning.
Tonight, a Santan Valley mom is recovering after a brutal dog attack that was totally unexpected. Thanks for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. Well, now that woman has a warning for everyone. Even if a dog seems gentle and familiar, it can turn dangerous in an instant. We do want to warn you, before you see Maria's story, there are some graphic details.
12 News journalist Maria Stomps is joining us now in studio. And Maria, this wasn't just a random dog either.
No, it wasn't. The family had been temporarily taking care of him for about a month. And even though he was a large Mastiff, they say he was never violent until Friday night. And again, some of the details in this story are graphic.
I actually laid in bed last night and I just kept hearing the chomps, the growls.
It was an attack Kara Newell never thought she'd experience.
Never would I have thought that I could have been killed by a dog.
Especially a dog she was cuddled up with just hours before.
He would sleep next to me on the side of the bed. He would come up and lay with me on the couch.
The family was temporarily caring for 5-year-old Mastiff Odin, who seemed to get along well with their other two dogs, Malibu and Cora.
There was never any signs of aggression.
Then, Friday night, Kara saw Malibu and Cora fighting.
My kids were there to witness, so I felt like I needed to do something because they were begging me, Mom, get them to stop fighting. I'm trying.
After she broke them apart, Odin got let inside.
Odin literally came straight to me, no sound, no growling, and just took me on and tried to kill me.
Odin went for her back, her jaw, her arm, even ripping off a chunk of her ear.
My kids tried to go to every single Alexa in the house to call 911. None of them responded.
What were you thinking in that moment?
I don't want to die in front of my kids. I have to keep going. I have to get this dog off of me because I don't want to die in front of my kids.
Kara's two young kids helped pull him off.
There's no way that I would have made it out of there if it weren't for my kids.
And emergency crews rushed Kara to the hospital, where she underwent hours of reconstructive surgery the next morning.
It's been a test of patience for sure, but also it shows how precious life is and how quickly things can change.
And a lesson to other pet owners.
I've always heard you don't get in the middle of a dog fight, you don't get in between dogs when they fight, but it's always just been, like, yeah, that's what they say, but like, no, literally, don't do it. Don't do it because you're gonna die.
Pinal County Animal Care and Control confirmed to us that they have Odin in custody, and after his mandatory quarantine period, he is set to be euthanized. Reporting live in studio, Maria Stobbs, 12 News.
All right, let's go ahead and break this down. First off, I just want to say that I'm glad that Miss Kara Newell is okay. What happened in that house was not some mystery attack from a gentle giant. This was neurobiology at work. This was genetics. This was a guardian breed who was thrown inside a war zone in the living room, and we had genetic activation. 1 month is not enough time for a dog to feel acclimated to a space. And when you mix all of that shit together, the ending is never going to be pretty. It's never going to end well. It's violent. It's primal. It's exactly what thousands of years of selective breeding has created those dogs to do. Odin had been there for 1 month. It's just 1 month. Let me spell that out for you guys real quick. That dog did not even know where he belonged yet. His nervous system was still on high alert. His internal map of the home was not complete. His place in the family structure was not cemented. He was still masking stress signs like every guardian breed does in the first few months of placement. He was still figuring out the rules of the house, the energy of people, the rhythms, the smells, and that acclimation period wasn't even close to being over. And when the two resident female dogs got into a fight, a real fight with high arousal, high panic, high emotional output, that kind of fight sparks cortisol so fast you can practically taste metal in your mouth. When dogs fight, every nervous system in this room, in that room where the fight is happening, gets dragged into the explosion. The sympathetic surge hits hard. The thinking brain shuts down completely. Survival brain takes the wheel. The whole room becomes one giant alarm bell. That is when Odin walked in. He did not walk into a peaceful moment and snap. He walked into the middle of a biochemical fucking hurricane, man. A Mastiff. A dog bred for war. For guarding. For lockdown protection. Stepped into a scene full of screaming and movement and kids panicking. And a human involved in the altercation. Everything in that picture is a trigger for a guardian breed that's already been flooded. This prefrontal cortex goes offline. That amygdala was driving the body like a fucking runaway truck, man. No logic, no pause, no evaluation, just instinct. Old instinct. Genetic memory that says when chaos erupts, you engage the threat, homie. You gotta neutralize the danger, homie, and you better not hesitate. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. In that moment, the nearest moving body becomes the target. Because the dog hates you. Not because the dog is mean. Because when a dog is in limbic lock, it does not know who is who. It sees shapes. It sees motion. It smells adrenaline. It tastes stress, and it reacts. This dog was not turning on his family. This dog's ancient programming basically detonated inside of a storm that he wasn't prepared for. A storm that he didn't understand. And a storm that was already there before he even entered the room. People need to respect what these breeds are capable of, man. People need to stop assuming that love overrides neurobiology. People need to stop thinking that a month is enough time for a giant guardian breed, or any dog for that matter, to know that it's home. These dogs can be sweet and gentle until the environment finally hits that right combination of arousal and chaos that spikes those genetics to activate and that ancient memory to take effect. And then the dog you think you know becomes the dog that the genetics have been designed for the dog to be. This woman lived because her kids pulled the dog off of her. That's so fucking dangerous on top of it. She lived because she refused to die on that floor. She lived by fighting through a level of violence she never thought she would face, from a being she most likely loved. And if this story tells you anything, let it tell you this. Don't ever put your body between fighting dogs. Do not ever underestimate the power and the capacity of a dog with a guardian lineage. Don't ever forget that when the thinking brain in a dog shuts down, all that's left is genetics to act. Long story short, you either control the context or the genetics control the dog. That's what I think happened here.